Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We are here at the Copper Bosch. What a night. What a night.
Look at you, Pugh. Pig in shit, aren't you? As I said, pig in shit tonight. You fucking love it, don't you? England win. Look at you with your England shirt on. Johnny Fisher, 36-second knockout. Does it get any bigger?
It actually doesn't.
I heard you all night in my ear.
Yeah, that was wild. Let's start with the football.
Yeah.
It couldn't have actually really gone any better. I think
It worked really well, didn't it? I mean, like the fights kind of slotted in quite well. Sainsbury went probably a round too long, i.e. you had to watch the football while Sainsbury was in, but who cares? And Giorgio Visioli kindly went points to allow us to have penalty shootout straight after the decision. So we watched that, then Maisie Rose came in. So, yeah, we didn't really miss anything. It worked really well, and because it was on a little bit earlier in the night as well, felt like people hadn't had too much to drink either. Do you know what I mean? So it was like a nice atmosphere, apart from you. And
I had nothing, by the way.
All right, Joe, calm down. Don't get touchy. And rolled into a great night of boxing. Of course, with a big man getting the job done inside 36 seconds, or whatever it was.
Yeah, let's talk about Johnny. That's a remarkable journey from his debut in the bubble to now selling 4,000 with 6,500 in it.
Yeah. I mean, look, you heard the atmosphere tonight, and I said it's a fresh atmosphere. You know, like we've seen amazing atmospheres from fighters that are regularly filling venues. Now you've got a new one in British boxing, and you've got a young, exciting heavyweight that punches really hard, and that the fans can get really excited about. So, it's a really exciting journey. When he started out, it was like, he sells tickets and he's a bit raw and not sure how far he'll go. Now I'm thinking, no, if he don't win a British and European title, I think he's underperformed, and you could be looking at a world prospect. He is a world prospect, but a world contender in Johnny Fisher. He's good enough, he's strong enough, he punches hard enough, he's got a great chin, he's got a smart mind, he works hard. Sky's the limit.
Obviously, when you put in a performance like that, 36 seconds against someone like Alan BABIC, it's difficult not to get overexcited. So what is really logically the next steps for him?
I mean, as a promoter, you look at that atmosphere tonight and you think, we just need to come back in and fill this place up, because that atmosphere was incredible. But you only do that against the right opposition and the right names. So, he got through BABIC tonight, but next time it'll be more of a test. So what's really important is what we do in the meantime. He could box on Catterall against Prograis, could box on Bivol Beterbiev in Riyadh. He's definitely going to box on our Australian card. Liam Paro's got a huge fan base out there. So those are the fights where you really need to learn before you're in with an Adelaide or a Wardley or a Clark or whoever that might be in 2025. And, that the ticket sales are going to be through the roof.
Need to get rounds in before he goes in with the likes of an Adelaide or so?
Ideally, but, don't forget, when AJ boxed Dillian White, he hadn't done rounds. He boxed Kevin Johnson, and the idea was that would give him rounds, and he knocked him out in a round. He boxed Gary Cornish, and he knocked him out in a round. So next you're in with Dillian White, and you haven't really done any rounds. And probably that was a weakness in that fight. So ideally, Harry Armstrong gave him a few rounds, but we need that big, strong heavyweight to take him a little bit deep. But it's hard to do it when you punch as hard as he does.
When you look at Johnny, and he always said his world title was a British title, but now his world title is probably going to be a world title. When you look at that, how long is it to the British title?
Yeah, I messaged him after Wardley against Clark. I feel like he can beat those guys now, but it's a risk, and we don't need to take a risk just yet. We need to take that risk when we're 100% ready, and that comes through the experience of the next 2 or 3 fights.
Just quickly go through the rest of the card. Maisie Rose didn't go her way tonight against Jasmine. A really good performance there. Reece Bellotti, he's getting these wind under his belt. It could be moving up. Yeah, great card.
Yeah, I mean, Reece Bellotti, really good performance. And I said to him, you're getting a bit more boring now. You're really good now. He's improving all the time, and Levi Giles had a good time in the 12th round. Probably should have started a little bit earlier, but Reece boxed well. Maisie, disappointment. She was really poor in the first half of the fight. Clawed rounds back in the second half, but it was too late by then. John Hedges looked really good. Laley, great atmosphere for him. Young man's got a big future in sport. Visioli's a world-class prospect. Great win for Jimmy Sains as well. And it was a great night with the football, and on we go to Philly.
DILLIAN WHYTE was here tonight.
Yeah.
Any discussions with him about future fights?
You know, obviously we're not working with him at the moment, but he wants to get himself back in the mix. He's still a big name. He feels like he's still got big fights in the division, so we'll see what happens.
Two quick ones. Ryan Garcia yesterday said he's going to enter himself into rehab. The right move for him. Glad to hear after what's been coming out.
Yeah, but obviously you've got to do it, haven't you? Rather than just tweet about it.
The tickets are flying for AJ Dubois. 100,000. Are we going to push for it?
I don't know. You know, I believe we're approaching 80,000, and you know His Excellency will want to be pushing all the records he can there. So tickets are flying. Obviously, the show's incredible, and still a long way to go till September 21st.
Would that be the biggest night in British boxing history?
I believe so.
Avanesian next week. Bouts. What an opponent. What an opponent.
We're on a great run. I mean, we've had some great nights and great crowds. You know, Matthias against Paro was electric. Obviously, Bam against Estrada last week. Here tonight. And Philly next week for Jerome Boots Ennis. I think he's another top 5 pound for pounder. And it'll be a great night next week at the Wells Fargo, live on DAZN.
Thank you very much, Eddie. Cheers.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.